You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button.
13 commitments, 13 signees so far for the Tigers, and they're not done. I want to let you hear a little bit about what Brian Kelly had to say about LSU's portal haul up to this point, as well as kind of go through it from a big picture standpoint, and where they might finish out here in the transfer portal. Because again, they're not done. They still have plenty to go. When you just look at it, LSU so far in the portal, the number 1 ranked defensive player, a second top 50 edge, a second edge who's top 50 overall in the portal. That, of course, Jack Pyburn, the number 1 ranked defensive player, of course, is Patrick Payton. You have 2 wide receivers who rank among the top 18 overall players in the entire portal. The number 2 and number 8 cornerbacks in the portal, and the number 4 interior offensive lineman, of course, Braylon Moore, and then you have 5 other guys. You have absolutely crushed this. And it was one of those things where it was like, okay, Brian Kelly's saying they were going to be aggressive. But you kind of really just was like, see it to believe it. Actions speak louder than words, all those types of things. Brian Kelly, when he met with the media on Saturday, was kind of asked the difference in the approach in the transfer portal this season as opposed to his 2 previous.
I think it's being measured in terms of what you're trying to do relative to where you are in the program. And we needed more time to develop younger players in our program. They needed opportunity before we went in and brought in, a number of veteran players, quite frankly. And the timing wasn't right. We needed to do a little bit of work just to compete in the SEC, which we did. But now it's time to roster build. We've got a great young nucleus in our football program. The foundation is solid, and the timing's right for us now to add to that. And now we feel like we've put ourselves in a position with the change in the roster that we're going to be able to put together an SEC championship roster.
It's certainly trending that way. Now, look, you have to go out there and get them coached up. You have to have the continuity, connect. You have to have the team come together. You have to have the right mindset. You have to go out and execute. You have to play. You have to win. Like, you can look at this and say, yeah, you're building something here, and they are. And I have some thoughts on that. But that doesn't just automatically translate into wins. But what Brian Kelly said there, he's absolutely right. And this is not to just, beat the dead horse or drag up conversations we've had over and over again. But at LSU, what Brian Kelly inherited was 38 scholarship players, a quarterback playing the team in the game, the bowl, quarterback and a wide receiver playing quarterback in the bowl game, all those things that you know. And he's right. They needed time to just build the foundation a little bit more, because that's when it really makes sense to go all in like they're doing and try to make a run at this thing. You hit on some lower level guys in Kelly's first year, and it was able to take you all the way to an SEC championship game appearance in a 10-win season. That's what he means when he said to where we could do what we needed to do to compete in the SEC, and you did that. And even in 23, you did that a little bit. Now, a lot of that was actually mainly because of what you got out of the transfer portal and Jaden Daniels. But all the while doing that, you built the foundation with the young guys. And until this season, you didn't see that come to fruition. And now that you did, now it does make sense to go all in. Now you have the NIL where it needed to be in order to make runs. And a lot of that, is, losing out on Bryce Underwood or Cade Phillips or Jakeem Stewart or guys like that. But a lot of that also is a better response from LSU, their collective, the boosters, just the common fan to zero in on that market and really raise the dollar value that you have to go forth and recruit with. And now it does make sense. We all wanted to talk about the 2023 recruiting class, and I get it. I think everyone in this station who sits in this chair and speaks into this microphone has had this conversation about none of those guys are here anymore, right? They're all gone. You got 3 guys contributing. Fine. There's some circumstances that go according to that. You needed to get your recruiting room back in order. You brought Frank Wilson back in. You got Corey Raymond back in the building. The 2024 class is the one that kickstarted all of this, because you saw guys in that class step up as freshmen this year, not just play, but contribute and play big moments and big minutes and make big plays for LSU. I'll have to run through all of them, and you know who they are. Caden Durham, Don McKinley, Ahmad Bro, like Deshaun Spears played out early. You saw stuff from P.J. Woodley, on and on and on and on. Keys, Devon Keys at linebacker, on and on and on. All those guys are back building depth and have played. Then you kept together the class in 2025. There's your foundation. There's your young nucleus, like Brian Kelly was saying. And now you go all in and you go try and build the team that competes for the SEC championship and in turn the national championship, because those two things go hand in hand. Now, you're not done. Brian Kelly also in that media availability mentioned that this will go on through the bowl game, because there's a few guys that they're waiting to see the decision they make whether to enter the portal or not. Here's Brian Kelly on how they hope to finish this thing out.
No, we had a pretty clear plan in terms of where we wanted to be. I think we probably, we probably got there quicker, earlier. I thought it was going to be a little bit longer, because again, you have 5 days after your last game. Even though the portal closes on the 28th, you still have those 5 days after your last game. So, we thought that this would be longer, and it still might. There's some teams that are still playing that guys have yet to make decisions, so this could go a little bit longer for us as well.
Brian Kelly also mentioned that they expect to check in right around 15 in the transfer portal. That number could always change. Remember, earlier he was talking about 12. Now it's up to 15 is where they want to settle in. You're at 13 right now. That leaves 2 open spots. The ones that everybody are going to look at, safety and tackle. And, you've seen them kind of go forth with some tackles already, host some guys on visits, things of that nature. Nothing's really come of that. There will be more. Potentially, like Brian Kelly is saying right there, there's some guys still playing that maybe haven't fully made their decision on whether they want to enter or not. LSU will make their move there, and the same can be said for safety. But you also have a little bit of a young nucleus at safety as well. You've moved Javian Toviano to safety permanently, Brian Kelly said. That's where he will play, and he's doing well there. He's happy with the move. They like him there. Tackle and safety. That's what you're really going to look forward to. But, man, they have put together one hell of a haul that ranks number 2 in the nation per 247 right now, behind only Texas Tech. Expectations will be high, and they should be. Now's the time where you can really, really judge, 2025, where you can really judge the direction that this thing is going. We'll all get our chance. But so far, it's hard to not be excited about what you're seeing with LSU as they head into the 2025 season.
Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.